What's up, guys? My name is Josh. Today I am here with the one and only cruise director, Dan, here on board the Independence of the Seas, where he is going to give us a little bit of insight into his life on board as a cruise director, and maybe even previously before a cruise director, kind of the steps he took to get to that position. So Dan, welcome. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Well, nice to be here, Josh. So what would you like to know?
Well, I've got several questions for you here. We've got them listed out, and if it's okay, I'll just go ahead and begin, and we'll ask the first one for you.
Sure.
All right, let's do it. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What has your life consisted of on board cruise ships and in the cruise industry in general?
Well, I started off in 1990, and I started off as a DJ, and I was very, very happy to be a DJ. I DJ'd in LA and San Diego, and I was kind of hitting a wall. Mm-hmm. And I saw an advertisement in a Billboard magazine that said, "See the world." And it had nothing to do with joining the military. So I thought, cruise ships, I'll give it a try.
Why not, right?
So I sent it off and didn't hear anything back, honestly. Mm-hmm. And so I called the headquarters in Miami. I said, we don't do it this way.
Persistent, I like it.
We don't do it this way. It's like, I just want to make sure it got there, because 1990 you sent a cassette in.
Right, right.
So there it is. So I got it got on board as DJ, and I was very, very happy as a DJ on board. I had my own room.
You were a good DJ, yes.
I was a very good DJ. The 70s night that you might see on a ship that you go to, I kind of started that whole thing in my little nightclub. Wow. And it just kind of, took a life of its own, and I was very happy with that. And then another cruise director was asking me when I was going to start getting mobily upward. And I said, well, I'm not really interested in it. And he went and told the office that I was. So next thing I knew, I was scheduled as cruise staff.
There you go.
And here I am.
And so from cruise staff, you just moved right on up the chain, into cruise director.
Yeah, I did. Well, not right into cruise director. I did ship shape director because it had its own room. They had their own room.
Now, what is ship shape director?
Ship shape director ran the fitness program. It's a little bit in the past now. Now everything's sectioned off. We have fitness coordinators and spa and all this stuff. But that was part of the cruise division at the time. Shore excursions was part of the cruise division at the time. So I was an assistant shore excursion manager for about a minute.
Wow.
And then I was assistant cruise director for about a year and a half, and then I became cruise director.
Fantastic. So you really almost done all of the entertainment. Did you sing or dance any?
Nobody wanted that.
Fantastic. So you really have had tons of experience on board ships, and 1990, it's 2019 now, so well over 20, coming up 30.
Well, it's 29 years, all right?
Yeah.
Don't push it.
Yeah.
It's 29 years. It's going to be awesome. 29 years, October 13th.
That is absolutely awesome. Congratulations on your success.
Well, thank you very much.
Such a prestigious career at sea. I mean, that is, I personally have always dreamt of working on board, working at sea, and so I'm sitting in front of somebody, a legend such as yourself, 30 years at sea. That is quite mind-blowing to me.
I am legendary, that's right. Yeah, well, it's allowed me to travel. Just 2 years ago, I went from Tampa. I live outside of Tampa. Mm-hmm. I went from Tampa to Barcelona over to Venice on one leg. And I met my family. I met my wife on board the ships. She was working, I was working.
Fantastic. Does she still work on board?
She does not. She takes care of my 4-year-old, going to be 5-year-old girl.
Fantastic.
They're at home outside of Tampa. But my little girl has 800 nights on board ships. So
and 4 years old, you say?
She would be pinnacle status.
Wow.
She's got about 30 countries. But
she
went, on 2017, we went from there to wound up getting out of Venice, and we flew to Paris and flew to Manchester because my wife's from outside Manchester. Mm-hmm. And then the second part of the year, I went on the Explorer. We went from Seattle over to Hawaii, over to Australia. So we circumnavigated the planet.
Is there anywhere that you haven't been? Antarctica?
South America. I haven't been to. I've been to all the continents except for Antarctica, and I've touched my foot on South America. I haven't gone down to South America, which I would like to do.
I think it's really becoming just now South America's kind of becoming a bigger hit now.
It is, in the last 5 years. Not. It's just with the cruising industry, there's only a few ships that go down there because usually you have to be local.
Right.
Get the Brazilians to come on and all that stuff, and that's just not as prevalent right now as it could be in the future.
Right. So, how long have you been working with Royal Caribbean? And you don't have to tell us if there was another one, but have you worked for any other line? Whole time, Royal Caribbean. That's
Royal
awesome.
Caribbean, and I've worked. I'll be going to the Anthem after this, and I'll have worked every class of ship. Once I get to the Anthem, I've been on every class of ship.
Awesome.
But I'll have officially worked every class of ship.
Fantastic. Wow. And again, 29 years at sea, so a well-seasoned cruise director.
Seasoned, yes. Good term for old.
Well, you told us what your first job was on Royal, and you mentioned that it was a DJ. How long were you a DJ before that transition happened? Was it, one contract?
For a DJ on ships? I was a DJ on ships for 5 years. I actually started in 1990. I moved to LA, and I was DJing in LA, and then I'd come back and I'd do contracts on ships as well. So
you were bouncing back and forth?
Yeah, I was, and I started off DJing in 1979, my friend.
Wow. Wow. I don't know that I was thought of then.
Yeah, I don't think you were even a glimmer at that point.
Not a star in the sky.
1979. To my credit, I did have to mess with my ID in order to get the job.
Oh, okay. Look at you. Yes, I like that. Okay. Well, let's get a fun question for you, Dan. The Independence of the Seas. We've only been on here 3.5, 4 days now, but I've noticed there are tons of culinary opportunities here on board. Out of all the restaurants, all the bars, all the dining venues, which one would be your favorite to dine at?
The one I'm going to in a few minutes, which is the Zoomies.
Hey!
I love the Zoomies. And the hibachi. Have you done hibachi?
I have.
Have you YouTubed hibachi?
I have. We were actually, we were on board the MSC side. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the ship, but we were on that in January, and it was my first time trying it, and I loved it. If we were on here longer, we would have definitely gotten the chance to do it here on board.
Yeah, that's where we're going. I'm taking the team to dinner.
Fantastic.
Farewell,
this is your favorite?
I like the food.
Yeah, it's your favorite.
My style of food,
Gotcha.
and but. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the best one for me. I like chops. I like having a steak every once in a while, but more.
Izumi's where it's
more
at
the
for you,
Asian fusion stuff. Yeah.
Very good. What did you do before cruising? I know you mentioned you were a DJ. Was there anything before that? And what sort of formal education have you had, or did you have any, or did you just kind of finesse your way onto the position that you're at?
I just picked it up. No, I didn't. I was DJ. I was a lifeguard. I was a swimming pool manager. I'm from Washington State. I went to 2 years of engineering school in Montana at the College of Mineral Science and Technology.
Wow.
And I got on a radio station there, and I decided I liked the radio station better than I liked the engineering aspect of it, because I wasn't that great at the engineering aspect of it.
Sure.
I wasn't smart enough. Well, I think I was maybe, but anyway, so I decided I would transfer back close to home, and there was a good college program for fine arts in radio television. So I started working as radio television. Kept on the radio there, did a lot of TV, did a lot of radio, worked the radio station there, did a bunch of stuff surrounding all of that.
Right.
And while I was going to college, I got the DJ job to supplement,
supplement the income
everything. And I realized I was making more money as a DJ than what I could make if I tried to get on the air, on the radio. So I wasn't.
So obviously, naturally, you went that.
I wasn't willing to go back to rooming with someone, and, because I was making enough money to be on my own.
Right. So why go?
It was like a rabbit hole, though, because you kind of get trapped into something that's,
Yeah. Sure. It's funny that you mentioned that you were a lifeguard and a pool manager. That's actually exactly what I am.
Oh, really?
When I'm not doing this, yep, I'm I'm a lifeguard. I'm a swim instructor. I've just recently been promoted to a manager.
Oh, good for you.
Aqua aerobics.
Yeah, I was WSI. I did WSI. I did. I was a water polo coach.
Yeah.
Did that. We were number one in the city.
There you go. There you go.
Egg beater.
There you go.
Baby. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That is really, really awesome. Well, Dan, what is your favorite port of call? We're going to go ahead and limit it to the Caribbean, okay? I know there is a billion places. You said that you've been all over the world except for Antarctica and South America. But we'll hone it in since the Independence right now is sailing in the Caribbean. What's your favorite Caribbean port of call?
Well, does it count that we don't sail there?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love Aruba. I like St. Martin quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I love Bermuda. It's a little pricey. If you don't take a cruise ship, it's really pricey.
Right.
Because you can get some pretty good deals to get to Bermuda. But if you're going off and you're staying in Bermuda, but it's pink sandy beaches, but that's more Atlantic.
Yeah.
It's not the Caribbean.
Right.
But yeah, I would say St. Martin and Aruba.
That's awesome. St. Martin is actually my favorite port of call. I've loved it since the first time I stepped on it. My first cruise was in 2005. It was on a little tiny ship called the Carnival Victory, and went to San Juan, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. And out of the three of those, St. Martin has always stuck with me. During Hurricane Irma, I did a fundraiser. We raised a bunch of money for St. Martin, and I don't know, it's just always held a really, really special, dear place in my heart out of all the Caribbean islands. But good to know that Aruba, you like Aruba, so you like it hot, obviously.
Well, it's pretty much, it's the same. Once you get down here, it's kind of the same temperature-wise. Aruba is a little bit more deserty, I guess, but it's still got the beaches. It's windy. Sometimes, but it is really nice.
What excursion would you recommend for Aruba?
For Aruba,
you could do anything in Aruba. I threw a curved one on you.
Well, I did do the quad bikes.
Quad bikes.
They were fun, and I also did the it wasn't dune bug. It was Jeeps. It was a Jeep excursion. So you drive your own Jeep, and you went.
Fantastic.
And there's an old military range that don't go there. But you can get some air on those things. That was pretty fun. And it's
very good. Well, I've got just a couple more questions for you. First of all, let's go and get the elephant out of the way. What is the hippopotamus in the room for?
It's kind of falling apart, and that was the same question I asked when I got here. This is for the car. The Morgan car, the blue car.
Okay.
This is the passenger for the car when we go to Europe.
Huh.
Why it is when we go to Europe, I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Somebody knows, but it's not me. It wasn't part of my notes.
Okay, well, hey.
Hippo is not part of my notes.
There's a hippopotamus in the room.
My daughter liked him a lot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dan, what questions, if any, do you have for me today?
So, where do you home base then?
I'm from North Carolina, actually. I'm from a town called Greenville. Greenville, North Carolina is about an hour from the beach. When I'm not there, I'm usually in Florida somewhere.
How did you get this? How did you start doing this?
I just started when I was like 16, 17. I just picked up my phone at that time, and I just wanted to basically preserve my vacation. And I took a bunch of clips, showed the food, showed whatever, and threw it into iMovie on your phone or whatever, and threw it on YouTube, and everybody loved it. And so I was like, well, this is neat. And then
I can do this.
And then I found out, you can make money off of this.
And what is your viewership?
Well, right now I've got 11,000, almost 12,000 subscribers. Average a month on views is about 1.5 mil.
Wow.
Yep, and so we're hopefully just
that's pretty good.
Onward and upward from there. Well, Dan, for talking with us today and for having some fun with us, I do have a little gift for you here from my online store, joshhokum.com. So I'll give you a business card there. But then this is the hottest thing that we sell over there. It's
Look
hashtag
at you.
Cruise
is this
with
formal
Josh.
night?
This is formal night.
Wait. I'm sorry. I don't mean to step on the promotion, but wow, look at that.
This is
so
hashtag
sexy.
Cruise with Josh sunglasses. You can get these on our website. I'm going to give those to
Excellent.
you. As well as a lanyard for you. You can keep your sea pass on that so you don't lose it out there on the deck.
I am taking a cruise.
Where are you going?
I'm going to take a cruise. I'm going to take a cruise on the Harmony.
Fantastic.
And it's a 3-day cruise. They're repositioning. I'm going to take a 3-day cruise with my family, and you know where we're going?
Where are you going?
We're going to stay on the Harmony.
There you go.
Because those ships, have you been on those
Oh my gosh,
ships?
yeah, I was on the Allure.
Yeah, so 3 days.
Yeah,
Pan
why not?
out.
So I imagine it's what, going to Nassau?
It's going to Nassau.
Yeah,
I've
so
been to
stay on the
Nassau.
ship.
Yeah.
Stay on the ship. Yeah.
I mean, Nassau does have some fun
Oh
little
yeah,
things
it's got
to
some
go.
fun little things there. But if you're on the Harmony for 3 days,
you
just
got the
enjoy the
beach, and
Harmony.
the Steel Beach, we call
Right.
the pool Steel
Right.
Beach.
Right, absolutely.
All right,
Fantastic.
well, thank you very much for that.
Dan, last
for having
question
me.
for you.
Yes.
What is your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert would have to be cheesecake.
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 I ask that. I always get the funniest answer. Sometimes I get I'm lactose intolerant. Sometimes I get I'm gluten free. But cheesecake, the royal cheesecake here on board.
Well, yes. I just when I'm on board, I kind of have to stay away from it because there's a lot of it.
You'll be rolling off the ship if not.
And I just pass it by and
I hear you.
just have to say
I
no.
hear you. Well, guys, that has been my interview with Dan, the cruise director, here on board the Independence of the Seas. I would say that he's going to be your cruise director, but he's actually leaving on vacation tomorrow. So, Dan, we wish you a wonderful and safe vacation. Thank you so much for providing so much fun on our Caribbean cruise, this cruise. Guys, if you're coming to cruise on board the Independence of the Seas, it'll either be Dan or another fantastic cruise director is sure to make your vacation fun and memorable. Until next time, my name is Josh with Dan. It's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. We'll see you real soon on the high seas.